The Norwood Police Department responded to a call early afternoon on Tuesday of a single barricaded subject at the Hampton Inn on Route 1. Metro LEC SWAT and Mass State Police were on the scene to assist. Deputy Chief Padden has the full report.
So we got a call sometime around 11:15 for a man that was staying at the Hampton Inn. Possibly he was suicidal. The call came in from a girlfriend. She had told us that he had 2 guns. We confirmed some information through another police department that he was there by pinging his phone. So we knew pretty much that he was in that area. We sent some officers down to speak to the clerks at the desk. They confirmed that he was a registered guest. They gave us his room number. And then we had to make some decisions whether or not we were, if he's suicidal and he has guns, is he looking to do a suicide by cop or something along those lines. So we had some officers go up. We made the decision to evacuate the 6th floor in the area of the rooms. We had officers go up with what we call ballistic shields. And they came out of the elevator and up the staircase, and we blocked off both ends of the room. As we were there, the hotel was making phone calls to the 6th floor guests. We were trying to evacuate them, but they inadvertently called that particular room. So he poked his head out and he noticed that the officers were there. Fortunately, there was nobody in the hallway at that time. Our officers engaged him in conversation back and forth for a period of time. He indicated to us that he wasn't going to come out of the building and that he wanted to kill himself, and he told us that he had a gun. So at that point, we were really kind of in a position where we had done what we needed to do by securing the scene, by securing him into a place where he couldn't harm one of our officers. We were going to try and talk him down and engage him in conversation so that he wouldn't harm himself. But we knew this was going to probably be a long duration event. We did what's called a Metro SWAT call out. And the Metro SWAT team is a number of surrounding cities and towns. We have 3 officers on it. It's a regional team. They responded. They have a lot of operational assets that we don't have. They have negotiating teams and psychologists, and so we really had that whole process. We locked down. They came in, they replaced our officers. We pulled our officers back and put them on the perimeter. We had the negotiating team engaged, and we just started talking. And in these circumstances, the longer you're talking, the better off you are. The more likelihood that the success is going to be that he's not going to hurt himself or hurt somebody else. And he indicated to us on a number of times that he didn't want to harm any of us. But you never know when somebody's in that unstable mental position. So it went back and forth, and it was a conversation for 10 hours. And, eventually it turned out the way we wanted. He told us that he would surrender. And our officers the Metro SWAT officers went down. They took him into custody, and it resolved itself in the way that we wanted it to. We were very fortunate. The Metro SWAT assets, having them at our availability, makes a huge difference in our capabilities. And our officers are great and they're very highly trained, and they were able to stabilize the situation right off the bat, but we weren't really set up for a 10-hour standoff. And so the fact that we had them available and the fact that we trained with them, huge help. And the fact that we have trained negotiators that can come out and have that conversation with that guy for 10 hours, and they have a psychologist on hand where she's kind of giving them threat assessments as they come and go. Because his threat level was going up and down due to his emotional state. Excuse me. And it really is helpful to have somebody that has that clinical experience giving us he's high threat to others, high threat to himself. He's low threat to others, high threat to himself. And as his emotional state changes, it helps that decision-making process. And when they come down to us and they say, hey, we think we might want to try this. Well, we have all the factors and we can make good decisions based on everything that we know. In this particular case, when somebody's barricaded and they're not a harm to anybody else, we don't want to be that trigger. We don't want to take some action that's going to cause some kind of a problem that's going to either initiate himself to kill himself or to hurt somebody else. And, we were able to talk our way out of this, so it worked out really well. We're very happy.